Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we are going to take a look at the Zenkai for Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 assist, and also we're going to take a look at how to do their Zenkai. So we're going to look at all the ways you can get Zenkai awakening power for Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 assist. Now this Zenkai doesn't seem to be as severe. I think these guys didn't need a full overhaul. They just got kind of a little bit of a bring up to the current speed of the meta. Whether it's a good buff for the sagas from movies heroes, we'll see. But for now, it seems pretty decent overall. Not too many changes right off the bat. They get a slight adjustment to their ultimate skill, like really slight, and nothing really too spectacular. Their special move as well. Also a very slight adjustment, nothing too crazy. They still seal one move, so that's pretty much it. Obviously, they apply the big attribute downgrade basically to the enemy, which is pretty good on their ultimate skill, does really help out. Yeah, so overall pretty decent. In terms of their main ability, obviously, yeah, I think for the most part, these minor tweaks are just things to make them more usable in the current meta. I think obviously it's very difficult sometimes to utilize some of these units in the current meta, especially when like there's so many top tier units now, ultra rare units coming out. You've got a Zenkai every 2 weeks, you've got a lot going on. So I think sometimes they just try and tweak and bring more units up to speed to try and help out a category. Like these guys help out Saga from the movies category, and I think that is pretty necessary. Their special skill, like I said, doesn't really change too much. Obviously everything pretty much remains for the most part, but what it does do is it does just become a lot more usable. Obviously applying that speed down as well, that card speed draw down to your enemies, that debuff on them so they don't draw as fast. They gain Saga from the movies and Element Red buffing with their Zenkai buff, which is pretty nice, I would wager. Obviously it's powerful for that category. Again, Saga from the movies has some very decent units on it. I can't really ring off the top of my head specifically who benefits from this. I mean, I guess maybe you could say Android 13, but I mean, you wouldn't really run these guys alongside Android 13, for example. So it is pretty interesting. In terms of unique abilities, obviously, as always, they gained the 2 new unique Zenkai abilities. Their actual current unique abilities don't change too much. They gain like 10% on the first one, which honestly isn't that much. You see it becomes 50% there. And then the second one doesn't really change like at all, which makes sense. It is pretty strong. But yeah, so they gain those 2 new abilities. Nothing too major there, although obviously the nice thing is that if they do die or they are knocked out, obviously you do gain that 4 draw cards, so you can kind of reset yourself, and you gain key. So when they do actually get knocked out in combat, or when obviously they're defeated in combat, you do gain a couple buffs back to maybe hopefully allow you to reset and just kind of bring yourself back up to speed. Obviously the ways to gain their Z power is the missions, the special missions, which we'll take a look at, the battle gauntlet. You can also summon for Zenkai power using stones, and then there's also a special booster you can buy for 2,000. And then obviously after this event period, you will be able to buy their Zenkai power from the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush. So yeah, pretty straightforward, pretty chilled. Really, honestly, pretty decent Zenkai. Like I said, nothing wild, not like a huge overhaul of them, but just some smaller changes that really more bring them up to speed. The missions to Zenkai Awaken them should all be pretty standard by now. Most players, I think, that have been doing the Zenkais recently will know the missions, using the category basically, then completing a whole bunch of missions, hyperdimensional co-op, and knocking people out. There's nothing too crazy there. Just doing your daily missions is probably the one that's most important, I would wager. Then obviously there's a special booster you can buy for 2,000 stones. I don't really suggest it. I wouldn't really buy anything at this point, just because obviously, I mean, yeah, it's all over the news. Anniversaries in 18 days. So losing 2,000 stones right now, which is potentially a full round, or at least half a round, or pretty much a full round of discounts on the legendary banner, isn't really something I think is worth it. And then the battle bonus characters for the battle gauntlet, they're mainly, enemies from the movies, so you can use those. But then also, obviously, blue element also helps out as well. Other than that, you can auto battle up to floor 70, and generally speaking, it seems that, I mean, it's not the best. I wouldn't say it's the absolute best categories or anything like that. I mean, it seems okay. But we'll take a look at that in a separate video, and see how we do, or how well I can do, basically, to surmise it. So yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that and see how difficult it is. But I don't really, I'm kind of expecting it to kind of be a little bit for me. I don't really have good units for it, so I'll be honest, I don't really have great units for it at all. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, not really looking too forward to it, so to say. But other than that, Saga from the movies, I have them. I don't have them at 7-star, so I'm not going to be able to use them in anything. But they do help out, like this Videl, quite a lot. Although whether that's necessarily a combo you want to run, I'm really not too sure. But yeah, we'll definitely see what kind of options they've got here. Obviously, they are buffed to some pretty powerful units, but I don't know if they fit on a team. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like or leave a comment, and I'll try and help you out, get back to you. But that's it from me. See you next time. Bye.